Hey guys, Mansingh here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we got the JP data download as part of the maintenance that happened earlier this morning. Global will be in maintenance tomorrow morning, so for those of you who do normally follow along with my schedules, when I am streaming tomorrow morning, it will be right after the global maintenance has ended, which will be 7 AM UK time, which I think is like, what, 2 AM Eastern and 11 PM Pacific. That's when the maintenance is scheduled to end. So there were no issues with the JP one. As I was going to say, basically it kind of depends whether this one goes off without a hitch, right? Because, you know, maintenance can get extended sometimes when there are issues. But as long as that is not the case, like, all of this stuff should be included on Global's data download tomorrow. Of course, I will cover it when it actually all happens. So if there are any differences, you guys know I will, of course, let you all know. So there's a few things that we knew about, of course, right? The bonus category update for the TN Prime Battle Easy A stage. However, no details for TN. So it seems like his stage is being updated with the boost and like being able to use a specific category to farm everything that little bit faster. But his Easy A is not actually dropping straight away, so a little bit annoying, I guess, that we have to wait. But if you are somebody who likes to wait for these boosts in order to get the Prime Battle LRs fully farmed up, at least now you will be able to do that. Get your TN up to SA20 and LR, get the extra SA5 copy, and then be ready for when the Easy A actually does drop. So we can take a look at everything else that's in here. So you can see a bunch of stuff in the files. Got the item for the Tau event, the pillar that we saw in the data download. Another type of key, which I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. So we've got Goma as an actual boss like card in the game. Now this is only that you fight, right? Not like a summonable unit card. This is going to be for the new stage of the Daima event that we obviously know is coming. Then we also have the TN thing. The bonus category drop is Earthlings, so this will be nice and easy, especially with Prime Battle events being able to use all free-to-play characters. So a team with like Prime Battle Krillin and then just a bunch of free Earthlings characters. Be able to get through this very quickly, get the category boost. You can use the support memory to get extra drops as well for the percentage boost buff. So this is all definitely going to be very, very good and very easy for farming the extra copies of TN. So the support memory update, we did speculate about what this could be. It turns out it is the Android 8 one, which is interesting. So stage 16, this drops on the 12th. So that is going to be what, 5 GMT. So that's Thursday morning. This comes out. Should be obviously the same for Global as well. As I said, we'll confirm everything when we get the data download stuff actually on Global tomorrow. And the support memory boost is for the first 3 turns, attack, defense and crit chance of the DB Saga or androids increased by 18%. If there are 2 or more allies in the Bond of Friendship, I don't know what that one is that just DB Saga as well, or Bond of Friendship category on the team, attack and defense of all allies are increased by 8% only once. Is that for 1 turn? So then it's like those characters are getting 26%. I mean, this could be kind of good for like Kid Goku's and stuff, especially. AGL Kid Goku's team obviously could get a big benefit off of this, but there you go. The exceptionally skilled professional Tau event. So stage 1, this is also dropping on... Oh, this is dropping on the 10th at 6. So this is tomorrow, actually. So tomorrow we will have the maintenance will end. The game will come back up for Global, and this event will be live. We will go over the missions, but yeah, this is where you get the pillar items that you can exchange for stones, according to that post they made the other day, right, about the June stone breakdown, so that's interesting. Daima with the final stage, although I don't know if it's the final stage. Stage 13, Total War. This is obviously where the Goma is the boss. It probably isn't the final stage. I imagine the final stage will be against the full, like, jacked up giant Goma. But that's interesting. And then, yeah, the qualifying stage for this new event that we saw announced, the Million Arena. So the preliminary event, this also is coming out on tomorrow morning or evening, obviously, if you're in the US. It looks like it's one of those stage layouts where there's like the damage tile. So that'll be interesting because there are the missions for this out as well. And a lot of them are damage related. So that does, you know, we speculated when we first saw the event info Like, is this going to be something like a punching bag type event where doing the big damage is the way to like get the highest score? So that'll be interesting to see. And then there's the preliminary version of the single version, like the single player that doesn't have the ranking, and that's also coming out tomorrow morning as well. So you've got the treasure item, which we know can be traded in at the Barber Exchange shop. We know that stones are the main thing, I guess, that you're going to want, that were mentioned in that stone count thing. I don't know if there will be other rewards as well. The question is going to be essentially like, how many of these can you actually farm? Because there are missions that give you these, and if that's all there is, then that means there's only a limited number. And so I imagine you probably trade all of those in for stones. Whereas if you get them from as actual drops from the stage as well, then there's potentially going to be other items available that you can exchange for, which will be pretty cool. Then we have the special gacha ticket. So this is the Dokkan Day ticket, gacha that allows you to draw legendary descendants. Expiration date is the end of June. Now, legendary, this implies the LR banner, right? Waiting for the part 2 LR, because this is something we talked about on the podcast, right? These are going to get added in for Dokkan Day, which is on the 15th, but we're not expecting the part 2 banner to drop until like the 16th or the 17th. But we can confirm, like, these are going to be tickets for the Part 2 LR banner, because if we look at, Proton's data download tweet for the Tau data download, you can kind of see it in that picture, but we'll scroll down to the zoomed in one. The Tau free tickets were Dokkan Special ticket number 3, whereas as you can see, these are Dokkan Special ticket number 4. So this is going to be for the Part 2 banner. So we'll get these tickets for free by doing missions on Dokkan Day on the 15th, but they're not actually usable straight away because the banner will not be out yet. Although by then we should know who the unit is, because if we're expecting the banner on the 16th or the 17th, or it might even be announced, the full details tweeted on that Sunday morning when it actually is the Dokkan Day. And then there's the keys. Oh, right, yeah, the keys are for getting into the semi-final and then potentially final, even though they look the same. But of course, we won't be able to get that unlocked yet until the scores are all calculated and we know who the top 100,000 people are that will then make it into the semi-final. And then there's some titles as well. Clear all the missions in the qualifying stage single to get like a bronze one. And to be one of the top 100,000 people, you get this like yellow. It's not really gold, but get this slightly different one. I imagine these will get more and more fancy as you get to the higher things, right? And then we've got some scripted assets. So Tau, I imagine this will just be part of like Tau's event. And then interestingly, we do have some more Daima assets. Now these just potentially are for showing up in the cutscenes in the Daima story stage that we're getting. But interesting to finally see Super Saiyan 3 Daima Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Majin Do in Dokkan. All of this stuff still building towards, as I've been saying for ages, Daima being Global Dokkan Campaign. The fact that the Daima story event is basically getting to the end of the story just in time for the Global Dokkan Campaign. Like, it's just all too, like, it just all fits too well for me for this to be like a coincidence, right? So I'm definitely still all aboard the Daima for Global Dokkan Campaign train. Let me know what you guys think down below. We've got the backgrounds and stuff as well. So that's all the stuff in the data download. Obviously, in terms of content, it's not a huge amount outside of the stuff that we knew, like the Tau event, the new Daima stage, and then the beginning of this Million Arena thing, which is certainly very interesting. The support memory stage as well. So no actual EZA details for TN, which means whilst this EZA probably is still happening at some point soon, and that's why they're revamping the event, we're not getting it like this week at least, right? So that's interesting. Now the other big thing was that JP players all received an extra 300 box space, which I know Truth was rejoicing about. Anyone who does play JP, I'm sure you are very pleased to see this. Now, obviously, we would always assume that this will happen for Global as well as part of the data download. We can never say anything 100%, but they did make this official tweet that does make it seem very clear that this will absolutely be part of the Global update, because it's part of version 5.28.0. Dokkan Battle has been updated. Number of initial character slots has been changed from 200 to 500. Due to the above, the character slots available to all users will be increased by 300. So basically what this is saying is the reason why everybody on JP got 300 extra box space is because they're basically making it so that when you start up the game, when you start a brand new account, you get 500 box space instead of 200, which means for those of us who've been playing the game already, we didn't get that extra 300, so now that's just being added in. So obviously with this update 5.280 coming to global as well, like that will be part of it, where new players get the starting box space, which means for the exact same reason, like we will then get the extra box space for existing players. So 300 extra box space, definitely nice. Make use of that for you know, your extra TURs of LRs, and those of you who like to go crazy with link leveling and need more spaces for SRs and all that kind of stuff. Useful for newer players as well, to be fair, who haven't had a lot of the upgrades yet, especially if you're someone who started around the anniversary and things like that. So extra 300 box space, definitely very helpful. And then lastly, if we take a look at some of the missions that are here, so we can get a look at the oh, that's not the right one. Going back to I'm still trying to finish my Great 8 versus Jiren run from the stream. So yeah, special day missions. Basically, we get the link level stage, obviously, every Dokkan day. Do one clear on that, get 7 tickets. Do the Roshi event once, which you'll obviously do as part of your dailies anyway, I imagine. Clear any stage 3 times. I mean, again, doing the Room and Spirit in time and doing your Roshi stage twice gets that done. And then increase a character's SA level by 1. And then doing all missions gets you the other 7. So we're getting 21 tickets for the part 2 banner here on Sunday on special Dokkan Day, so you can have those ready to go when the banner comes out on the 16th or 17th. Then we got the all missions being refreshed, so you can get more stones from that. And then, yeah, we have the Million Arena Qualifier. So as you can see, clearing the stage once gets you a couple of stones, and all of the other missions are for dealing a certain amount of damage. So 90 million is the highest. This does make it seem like it's like a punch bag type thing, although the description did mention like surviving attacks. So you will be being attacked by the enemy as well, which is different to how the punching bag event normally works. But I could still see it being the same kind of thing, where you just have to hit for like the big damage in order to get the high score. So it'd be interesting to see. And then we have the same missions for the single player version, right, that doesn't have the ranking. So I would say it's probably a good idea to like practice in this, because we talked about this on the podcast. We don't know whether this is going to have like limited attempts, because obviously you're trying to set a high score to then make it into the top 100,000 players. There may be limited attempts or something potentially. So this means you can use the single player one to kind of practice and then jump into the actual one to set your high score. And then, yeah, these are the Tau event missions. So it is literally beat the stage all the way up to 30 times to get a bunch of these to drop, and then exchange them in the barbershop for stuff. Stones is the main thing, and then like I said, if they actually drop from the stage, then there might be other extra stuff in the shop as well. And then for the support memory, you've just got to beat the stage on Z hard, 4 or more Terrifying Conquerors, without by using only supers. And then we've got on the super difficulty with no items and within 6 turns, and then that. Oh, and 4 characters from, I think that's DB Saga or Youth potentially, actually. And then that gets all of the support memory stuff unlocked. So that's the data download. Not a huge amount of stuff in terms of content. No new EZA, but I think the next EZA probably is just going to end up dropping like either with or as part of like the part 2 LR stuff. I don't know whether it'll drop on the same day, but no EZA, just some event updates, new farmable items and rewards. There's a bunch of stones available, so a pretty decent like bit of rewards ready to build up towards the global Dokkan campaign. So I guess we'll see. Like I say, global maintenance will be tomorrow, and then by the time my stream is live tomorrow morning, we will have the maintenance over and have all this stuff live on global. So do come by and check it out, and we'll start going through the new stuff live on stream. So let me know what you are most looking forward to from this data download down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.